This is J&T's Backyard Bowl.
Hello and welcome back to J&T's Backyard Bowl. I am T, and I can safely say that never ever have I ever paid to obtain a portrait of myself or tried to win an auction of a portrait of myself ever.
Yeah, I don't really see you doing that. You're not a self-absorbed, really,
Right.
as much as certain people.
Individual ones.
Individual ones, yeah. And I'm Jay, and I can safely say that I'm not a rat.
You are not a rat.
Yes.
Not gonna snitch on me for anything?
Nope. I mean, unless the money's good.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not a rat.
Okay.
So, today on Backyard Bowl, we're going to be getting into a whole lot of things. We've got the Cohen testimony.
Ooh, that's a big one. We're also going to hit on the North Korea summit that Trump was got abroad for.
Oh boy, that one. We're also going to be hitting some headlines and the all too terrible...
Fan favorite TanTrumps of the week.
I don't know if it's anybody's favorites.
It's not my favorite. Maybe the fans like it.
But we're also going to be hitting up some happy science time. And that being said,
Our favorite.
you ready to bowl?
I'm ready to bowl, bro.
Let's bowl.
All right. Well, let's get right into the headlines this week, man. Top of the list here was we talked about it in episode 12 of the podcast, but we just sort of barely touched, and I thought it was worth kind of re-explore here. The Jared Kushner clearance, the security clearance that sent up so many red flags, and a couple of different guys with decades of experience said, like, no, this guy can't and should not possess a security clearance.
Yeah, this was a double check. This went through one dude, and he said no, and then another dude said no, and then went up to their boss, and he was like, oh yeah, for sure. No, it's going through. Override.
He's getting the clearance. Whatever the clearance is that you are trying to deny, no, he's getting that. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so kind of unfortunate because we didn't know that it, at the time, no one really knew that this stemmed from Trump directed Chief of Staff at the time, John Kelly, to just push it through, to make it happen, whatever it takes, make him get the clearance that he needs. I don't care about these foreign contacts or these undisclosed financial documents.
I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that cast, but I'm pretty sure that we speculated that like Trump had a hand.
We probably
in
did.
That.
Yeah, we probably did, and it's definitely worth a listen just for our own knowledge to know.
Yeah.
Maybe what kind of foresight we had 5 weeks ago or a little over a month ago.
Oh yeah, that was 5 weeks. Time flies, man.
And we're on the ball with the headlines lately.
Yeah, we've been kind of good at this.
Right?
All right. We still have 5 listeners, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Up next, we have CPAC.
Oh boy, fucking Conservative Political Action Committee 2019 is going on as we speak.
Also known as Mos Eisley.
Yeah. For all you Star Wars fans out there that pick up that reference.
Yeah.
Kind of was
Den of never has there been a hive of scum and villainy in the universe.
That's exactly what CPAC reminds me of. It's just scum and villainy fucking all collectively in one place at one time. And it's getting pretty crazy down there at CPAC. So,
oh, most definitely.
Well, one of the big ones, takeaway that we found just before we hit the record button here was Trump's executive order that he's pledging to sign to protect free speech on college campuses. Why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
This one, man. It's one of those things where like I've got super mixed feelings about this one.
Yeah, me too.
You know, because like on one hand, like college campuses get crazy with this PC kind of bullshit that they got going on.
Yeah.
Like
all about free speech unless it's the speech you don't like.
Yeah.
Or disagree with.
You know, there's like tenured, relatively liberal professors
Oh yeah,
that have been fired over stuff like this, just for strictly like questioning, like, but like, guys, really, what are you doing? Like, don't you think that maybe this is a little too much? And then they get fired over it for being racist.
Yeah, you realize that the free speech you advocate for, you're fighting directly against when you try to shut things like this down, and then they lose their job and get ostracized from their field, and can't work at that university anymore, and need security and all kinds of crazy shit because they've just asked the students, like, why would you want?
Yeah, there was a little bit of like pushback and just like questioning the motives, and it went full PC, you know. And some people equate that whole like aspect of PC-ness as to why Trump got elected and the backlash to that.
Yeah, well, it's a good example of we harp a lot on this podcast on the right and conservatives generally a lot, but there are areas where I think we both feel like that the left can kind of get a little too out of control, and this is a good example of that.
Oh, most definitely. Like, I mean, like they go full bore crazy when it comes to some of these things. Like, it starts out like a good idea, and then it like evolves into this mob mentality that turns into, you know, like just, you know, teachers getting fired over
tenured
over
professors
just asking questions.
Yeah, tenured professors losing their jobs, or students occupying dean's offices, refusing to leave, and like,
I mean that's nothing new, but
it gets a little crazy sometimes. And like you said, it's a fine line to kind of walk here, because I definitely don't want to hear any kind of Nazi fucking speech or hate speech or Richard Spencer's of the world on campus, but I'm not going to go to see that happen.
Right.
I might protest it outside or something like that, but I'm not going to attend and fucking try to shut it down by violence or any other means like that.
But that's the thing, is that like they do. Like, I mean, you know, these college campuses, these ultra liberal campuses like Berkeley and stuff like that, they've gone violence mode. Riots have started.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the right, you know, Trump now, has used that as kind of like a base platform to like push it forward to where like now, well, guess what? This is what you get. If you don't let the Nazis speak, you lose your fucking research grant money from the federal government.
Yeah, and that's
that's a lot of money.
That was what the main takeaway from this quote at CPAC was he's threatening the loss of federal dollars if free speech is somehow violated on campus. And he didn't really detail it any further than saying that he would sign some executive order to protect it, but it's that weird area where what is violating that? Is that like one student punches another student in the face, like on Berkeley recently?
Yeah, like one student's a Nazi and wants to kill black people and fucking Jews, and another person is like, yeah, that's bad, I'm gonna punch him. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like, Berkeley loses its shit. Like, like, what exactly equates to, like, loss of free speech?
Right.
Know? And I guess we'll have to see when he actually signs said bill.
Yeah, because those have to be more detailed than a general Trump tweet or Trump one-liner at a conference like this.
Yeah, and there's also the aspect of, like, okay, well, you know, do the actions of the students...
Yeah, it's kind of all up in the air. Like I said, with one student punched another in the face, that's an assault. That's breaking the law. I get that.
Yeah, but like,
is that going to be like, oh, we're taking 25% of your federal dollars now because you had one bad actor somewhere on campus?
Yeah, or like if, for instance, the students protest fucking Richard Spencer or Spencer getting up in there and you know, spouting his hate speech.
Yeah.
And you know, they form a blockade or whatever, and you know, the college is still fulfilling its duty to do that, and it just so happens that the students are fucking blockading the fuck out of this and not letting anybody in, and he's like speaking to an empty fucking you know, hall. I mean, does that still count? Like, it's
I think that honestly, just the best way to approach things like that is to let bad ideas die. Like, no one go to this thing. The people that are there will be lonely and miserable, and they'll hear what it is they came there to hear ultimately.
Well, see, that's the problem, though.
The protesting it, and that eventually always seems to lead to some out of control.
But, like, yeah, I mean, like, I agree with you on that front. But, like, at the same time, like, I mean, Spencer's gotten a big following.
He does. Well, he pretty much
the alt-right
is the platform guy of the alt-right.
Is a big fucking thing now. You know, stuff has changed. And so, like, bad ideas are, like, not dying. Like, they're supposed to die on the vine, but,
yeah,
you know, apparently they're not.
Full fruition, reaching as many years as possible.
They're using the shade to their advantage somehow, you know?
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
So, I don't know, man. Like, that's something that we're going to keep an eye on, though, for sure.
Yeah. The big takeaway for me from CPAC was, so I looked into it a little bit, and it's just a kind of to give you an idea, or to give the listeners rather an idea of how transformative the party has gone over the last just 6 years. For instance, in 2013, Donald Trump announced, before candidacy or run for president was even a forethought at all, that he was going to attend CPAC 2013, and a lot of establishment Republicans immediately announced, if he comes, we're leaving. We're not going to be there. I'm not going to be there with that fucking guy. No.
Yeah, weird.
And now they're just rally around, all behind Trump, fall in line. Yeah.
All hail Trump.
Toe the Trumpism line and fucking whatever that is, it is. And they showed it too, with the full rollout of the demonization of socialism, and specifically AOC and Bernie Sanders.
Oh yeah, AOC is now the new boogeyman.
Oh yeah, she's like the Joseph Stalin, or
because, you know, in true Republican form, there's a woman that you have to demonize, and they got to pick one every year.
Yeah.
And you know, last year obviously it was Pelosi.
Yep. Right before midterms, it was hardcore Pelosi.
Year before that, they didn't really have anyone, so they were still, you know, demonizing Hillary Clinton for whatever goddamn reason.
Yeah.
And now this year, they've got the Democratic starlet.
Yep. AOC,
AOC.
amongst a few other freshman Democrats, but mainly AOC.
It was
Yeah. They're
pretty much all
They're really
AOC.
looking to just completely villainize them in every way possible.
And that's the thing, is like, when you villainize her that much, you're just getting more attention for her.
Yeah, I don't know if they know.
She's got good ideas.
I don't know if they know that, though. That, like, any publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
Type of deal.
Like, I mean, you're going to have your entrenched Republicans. They're not going to change. They're going to vote exactly how Fox News tells them to vote.
Oh, not even know the names of the politicians on the ballot. Just look for the R and fill that bubble in.
They know the AOC is an evil, you know, swamp lady.
Right.
That's all they really know. They don't know anything about her except for the fact that she's obviously stupid and also super young and naive.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the definition for your average Fox viewer.
Yeah.
At that point in time.
I'm seeing a lot of the fake news stuff going around about AOC. A lot of things taken out of context, or parody accounts of her used as like something she actually said that is a clear satirical stance type thing.
It's messed up when they do that, man. It's frustrating. It's super frustrating because it's like, guys, come on, at least play fair.
Yeah, like say what she really said, or put it in context, or let's debate real ideas, things that she actually says or wants or advocates for.
But I don't know. That's the Republican Party for you, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Another thing I noticed about CPAC though is I was driving into work the other day, right? Mm-hmm. So I was listening to 1A, and they were telling me about like all the amount of students that were actually going.
Attending.
Yeah, like shit ton of 20-year-olds, man. Like,
yeah.
It was just filled with fucking young 20-somethings.
Huh.
And
not exactly what you'd expect, huh?
well, I mean, there's there's young conservatives, man. Like, not all of them are liberals.
Yeah, not everybody under 25 is a liberal, as I'd like to believe. Or wish, I guess.
It'd be nice.
Wishful thinking.
But it's not the case. And, yeah, basically, these are the up-and-comers. Like, these are the people that are being bred into becoming the next,
You gotta ingrain these bad ideas. Trickle-down economics does work, we promise. And just always say that forever.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing. Here's $5,000 to tell you why it's a thing.
Climate change is
trickled
total
down to
bullshit.
you. Yeah.
It's not even science at all.
Here's another $5,000 to believe me.
Yeah. Pretty much just propagating these bad ideas or the lack of good ideas. I guess. Like,
full disclosure, they don't bribe people like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
we did, however, look into the admission fees.
Speaking of bribes.
All right.
Yeah. Good Lord, man. $5,500 to get the gold package.
Yeah, the premium CPAC attendance package.
Yeah.
Rub
next to
elbows.
the green room.
Yeah, rub elbows with the people in power there, the main speakers there, if you're lucky,
Oops.
No, it's all good. So it ranged, all the way down for like a student, a brand new conservatively minded student, $85 to get in, just to attend the place and go listen to people talk. But yeah, all the way up, ranging in various amounts to $5,000.
Yeah. $7,500.
Yeah, just wow. I don't know what that admission could buy you if you brought some money with you also, in terms of what kind of policy you could affect. But Jesus,
I wouldn't be surprised if it's a good networking thing to get your idea off the ground. Like, I got this idea. It kills a lot of plants. Like, you wanna support it?
Yeah, make sure oil always stays in business.
Yeah,
forever. Yeah, just kind of a real cronyism. Fucking, like you said, the Tatooine reference that you had.
Yeah, I mean, standard Republican garbage, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of standard Republican garbage,
oh boy,
let's go to non-standard garbage, presidential garbage.
That's a pretty plentiful source that we've got to pull from here.
Yeah. Our next section, TanTrumps, is you gotta love them, you gotta hate them, but we gotta do them because
I'm looking forward to the day that Trump's not in office and we can implant something else into the middle of the podcast. That's not why our president's such a big fucking baby.
Yeah, I don't even know what we're gonna do.
We'll figure something.
I'm so excited for it.
In the whole, it'll be better for us, the podcast, everything,
and the country, and the world. Everything. It'll be better for everything. Yeah. I'm so excited. But this next one, you want to take this for us, T?
Yeah, man. So we all know Trump has all these different rivals. Anybody who's ever disagreed with him, basically a rival or a fake newser or a fucking somebody he's gonna pick on. So he went to Vietnam, that we're gonna touch on a bit more later on in the podcast, the summit with Kim Jong-un, and thought it'd be pretty clever and fucking little knee slapper to tweet out well, now I've spent more time in Vietnam than Richard Blumenthal, one of his rival guys that we've already talked about on the podcast a few times, and he's pushed back, and they've had their little spats and fucking like he does with everybody that disagrees with him whatsoever. Yeah, Mr. fucking draft dodging bone spur boy.
Oh yeah,
had to brag that he's been in Vietnam longer than he found a guy that he's also a rival with that hadn't been to Vietnam.
Yeah, I mean, good on Trump for finally getting a new Vietnam, I guess.
Yeah, right? You're about 50 years late, dude.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm here. Oh, it's over? Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's
fucking pathetic.
It's super, super pathetic. Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
Well, for me, it's just I've always hated this about conservatives, amongst many other things, is they're not funny. Oh. For the large part, none of them are funny. And when they try to be, like he did with this dumb tweet, it's just stupid.
Yeah.
I've spent more time in Vietnam than Richard Blumenthal. Like, dude, you're out there in a summit in a 5-star hotel, meeting with someone, like, come on, man. You're not fucking fighting the good fight or anything like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, from a conservative standpoint, they find that fucking hilarious.
Yeah, maybe.
But, like, I don't know, man. It's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, dude, freaking, bring up the Vietnam War. Like,
60,000 real Americans died
there
fighting that war.
Yeah, and you skipped out on it.
Yeah, you conveniently had
Because
whatever
you're
bone
rich.
spurs is.
Because you're rich.
Yeah. His daddy didn't want you going off to war.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I don't know, man. It's messed up.
It is.
It makes me quite perturbed. By the whole fucking thing.
That's pretty infuriating.
This next one, oh my god, he's quite perturbed because apparently, like, he does not like people going through his finances.
Yeah.
Old tariff man. The old orange Cheeto. He tweeted out after the Cohen investigation. He says, "Oh, I see. You can't find anything in the Russian Mueller probe, so obviously, you have to go after my finances."
Yeah.
And it's just funny because, well, why wouldn't we go through your finances? Like, I mean, you're the president of the United States.
Maybe we wouldn't have to if you followed precedent and released your tax returns like every other modern day president.
You took the words right out of my mouth, T.
I mean, that's just my thought on the thing.
Yeah.
I can see why even an honest businessman probably wouldn't want people combing through every fucking thing he's ever done.
Oh, yeah.
A dishonest one like this definitely doesn't want everyone looking at all of those things.
Enough to call, like, legitimate investigation a witch hunt.
Yeah.
Like, that's how much he doesn't want it to be done.
A million times, yeah. And it's so funny because it makes me think that if in the scenario where this is all what was supposed to go down and he did think that he was going to win and was running to win, which I'm still not completely confident in. Like, I'm kind of still on the fence that this was one gigantic publicity stunt to roll out another season of The Apprentice and gain popularity with that or something, or write another book or something. That now he is really deeply regretting this decision to run, and super upset that he won, if that's the case.
Yeah, I've got a very worrisome theory about that we'll talk about later on during the main story.
Okay.
But yeah, it's I feel you on that.
Yeah, because it's just never going to end. No matter who's in control, he's going to be investigated by someone forever now.
Yeah, pretty much.
And especially now, his finances.
Yeah.
Those if the House Democrats don't get the tax returns, somebody will eventually.
Exactly. And, like, he can't be president forever. Mm-hmm. I mean,
eventually it's back to private citizenhood.
Right now, anyways, that's the law.
Right.
Moving on.
This one really bothers me because it's one of those, just like I was mentioning before, like, you keep getting fakes newsed with this because people like Trump propagate these fucking not what it really is fake. They fake news it, and it gets fake news everywhere throughout social media.
Oh yeah.
That lately it's the painting Democrats in a corner that they want to kill newborns or pull viable fucking fetuses out and just let them die on the table.
Yeah.
Because the woman wanted an abortion. Or
she has birth, they cut the table and they leave it in the room and it just dies.
Yeah, they just wait for
the
nature to take its course. Like, don't feed it and let it die.
Yeah. Let some equals in there to take it off.
Yeah.
Some badgers.
Yes, they keep doing this over and over and over again. And I personally have read those two specific bills that come to mind, like the New York bill and the Virginia bill, that are a little on the abortion debate spectrum, a little bit controversial. But if you read them in their entirety, it comes down to fetal viability outside the womb.
Yeah.
And almost probably 99.9% of the time, it comes down to like this, it wasn't going to live anyway. Or it did not have a good shot, or it endangered the mother's health.
Yeah.
So
It's just reworded in a way that...
yeah, they cherry pick out parts of the bill.
Yeah.
And take it out of context, the way that conservatives are so fucking good at.
Both sides are good at that, but it's reworded in a way that gives a woman more rights, and that's what conservatives are fucking upset about.
Yeah,
if you ask me,
they don't want that.
No,
Zero of that.
They don't like that.
Right.
They want some Gilead up in here.
Mm-hmm. A little Handmaid's Tale reference for all of you.
Yeah. And this last one, man. Go ahead and take this one, because you read the full article.
Mm-hmm. So, this kind of relates to them going after his finances thing, and he had said that basically at this point, Democrats are just peddling bullshit.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have the full quote in front of me, but it's pretty easy to find, and it's not super controversial or anything like that, but it's just a lack of decorum for the office that... I mean, the president of the United States
there's not
saying,
been decorum in the office since he got in there.
you just kind of like stated, I think the best point is that this podcast, for instance, rated explicit. We're just podcast guys that fucking dick around on a podcast. This is the president of the United States.
Yeah.
Show a little respect for the office, man. There were times when Obama would say, like, maybe hell or damn, maybe. In like 8 years' time, he probably said those things like 2 or 3 times.
It was with probably great emphasis on one specific thing, and it probably wasn't during prime time.
Yeah. It wasn't TanTrumping about people investigating fake witch hunts or the real collusion, the Hillary real collusion, or the emails, or again the nonsense that's just pretty much constant with this president. That always crying about why he's being investigated, and he was just the CPAC thing with they started chanting "lock her up" again because he was raving about the emails again. And how he kind of urged Russia to look into those during the...
Yeah, I was surprised about that. Like, I watched that video. Like, he's sitting there, it's just like, he was like literally mocking himself, being like, yeah, I called on Russia, blah, blah, blah. I said, hey, bring those emails out, bring them.
Yeah,
like,
and the crowd's going nuts.
Well, yeah.
Like, eating it up.
You're a CPAC, bro.
Guys, this is encouraging a foreign adversary to get into our shit, to fuck with our shit. Whether that, like, you would not feel that way if it was encouraging fucking Israel to infiltrate the Republican Party and fuck with their shit.
They'd be okay with that.
Oh yeah, I guess Israel's a bad example, but
Mexico.
An adversary, Mexico. There you go. You have to think of a good adversary. Venezuela.
Well, right now it's Mexico, apparently.
Yeah, advocating for Mexico to dig into the administration shit and like find all their communications and release them, get them on WikiLeaks as fast as humanly possible. Like, you'd be singing a completely different tune.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah, it's insane the way that he spins people up. And I'm pretty sure that it's got to be like a Faustian deal or something.
Yeah.
Like, he made a deal with the devil. Like, maybe like the P-tape was like part of it somehow.
Trade.
I don't know. Yeah.
Trade you the P-tape and a bunch of money.
And my withered soul for like being president.
Yeah.
So I can make more money.
Just enough charisma to maintain 32% approval rating.
Yeah.
Like just
I'll
enough
hold
to where
on
they'll
for-
vote for me if I actually kill someone
Yeah.
on Fifth Avenue. Like they'll still vote for me.
Yeah.
I need just that bare minimum amount of charisma for that to be a thing. Because say what you want about Trump, he is charismatic in a way that is not very impressive to me, but I can see why he's entertaining sometimes.
Oh yeah.
As much as it pains me to say that.
He's charismatic enough that we have a podcast and a whole entire section considering his fucking speech on Twitter.
Exactly.
So yeah, I would say he's pretty goddamn charismatic.
Yeah.
You know, he's not bad.
Right. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for the TanTrumps this week. Thank God. I'm ready to be out of that fucking neck of the woods. And move on into the real meat of the story this week that everyone was talking about. Twitter was a
Can
buzz.
I just say, we're never out of the neck of the woods. we're lost forever.
Well, we're kind of about to. We're slightly going to get a little bit back into it here in a minute. So,
Yes, we are.
but the big one this week, the really big one, was the Michael Cohen testimony coming back to Capitol Hill. Now that Democrats control the House and had him back.
There's some pushback behind that.
Yeah, a little bit. And I think the first thing that comes to mind, you know the guy I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, Matt Gaetz.
Yep, Gates.
Oh, DUI Gaetz.
Being real crony, real gangster, real threatening, real witness tampering about his tweet out to Michael Cohen before the testimony ever happened, before he ever even arrived on Capitol Hill. And I put something out there like, it'd be a real shame if your wife found out, about all your...
Maybe you should have a talk about your extramarital affairs.
Yeah. You think your wife will stay faithful while you're in prison, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't think so, you rat.
You rat.
Yeah, he's being a real Trumper right now.
He's being a real,
And he just got
Sopranos
reelected.
character.
Yeah, he just got reelected in these midterms November's midterms, and it sucks because you would expect a higher level of excellency to not be witness tampering right out in the open.
Well, yeah.
on Twitter.
This is a dude that's gotten a DUI and has other investigations into him, and now, after this whole tweet thing, he's got 2 investigations onto him. He's got the Florida Bar Association, as well as the House Ethics Committee investigating.
They were real
And
quick
that shit
to slap that on.
That shit should be pretty quick, considering the fact that it's a fucking tweet.
Like he tampered with a witness through social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would think that'll be a pretty expedient investigation. So the definition of witness tampering is right actually here in this tweet. Within the first 9 words. So
Yeah.
guilty? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you're guilty. Do you mind if we use this and put it in the dictionary for right next to witness tampering?
Right.
Because that'd be really great. Thanks.
Yeah, that one was pretty outlandish, if you ask me.
The next one, though, man. Oh,
Oh boy, dude.
the portrait scheme. This references your intro here. So during the Cohen testimony, we had some pretty interesting shit come out, and this was one. So apparently, Trump is so fucking absorbed that he will pay someone to pay the highest bid of the entire,
Auction.
auction. Yeah, thank you. To make his thing be the highest price item that got in the auction. And he'll pay somebody to do that. I'm assuming there has to be a second party, because I don't know about you, but I don't really think that back in those days there was a high demand for Trump portraits.
Right.
But it was a self-portrait of him, and so he paid he used Michael Cohen to pay a dude off to buy the portrait.
Yeah, to be the highest bidder at
To
said
be the
auction.
highest bidder, in the entire auction, so that he would be the highest because ego.
Yeah.
And then he used the Trump Foundation, a charity organization,
Yeah.
mind you, that's supposed to be used for charity, to pay that bill off, because
Right.
they had to reimburse the dude that bought it because he didn't want it.
Yeah, so you just cut them a
Obviously.
check from the people that have donated to a foundation they thought was going to something good, but
Exactly.
it ended up paying for a gigantic fucking painting of Trump. I think it's hanging in Mar-a-Lago. It's either Mar-a-Lago or Trump Tower. It's in one of the major Trump properties.
But see, that's the thing, is this happened a couple times. Mm-hmm. So, there's a couple of them out there that have right there up in the clubs, minding their own business, paid by fucking taxpayers.
Yeah.
Same way Trump Links over in New York was paid by the taxpayers.
Yeah, public funds.
Yeah,
Paid for the whole
AOC
thing.
brought that to our attention.
I thought that was an awesome line of questioning on her
yeah.
part.
She really did. She set it up. She's locked down that we need to see. What is his name?
Weisselberg?
Weisselberg. Yeah.
Yeah.
She locked down that we need to see Weisselberg and his tax returns.
Yeah, pretty much put Cohen on the spot. Who would have said information that you obviously can't provide me with? Oh, Weisselberg would?
Yeah.
Good. Well, we'll just subpoena him then. Or would it help to see Mr. Trump's tax returns to kind of give some foundation to the types of accusations you're making about the president right now? Oh, it would. Well, good. I'm glad that that's on the record in this chamber right now.
Cool, because we have the power to do that, and all we really needed was you to say that we should do that. Thanks.
Appreciate it, sir. No further. I yield my time to the next, whoever's
Yeah.
up next, or the chairman. She's really proving her worth and showing her talents as a lawmaker, especially as new as she is to this whole process.
Oh, yeah.
Super impressive. Wow. Amongst all of her other awesome ideas and political type thoughts that she has, this proving herself in testimony on Capitol Hill like that was the ultimate, dude, AOC's the real deal.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I love that girl.
Yeah, me too.
I love that woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah, woman.
But, you know who I don't love?
Oh, who?
Mark Meadows, man.
Oh my god, this guy.
This motherfucker. Fucking parading out a token black woman to prove that fucking Trump isn't racist because he has a black woman on his staff.
Yeah, look, I have a black friend.
Yeah.
I'm accused of racism.
I'm not racist.
No.
I have a black friend.
Yeah. Pretty standard GOP kind of tactic here.
Yeah, yeah.
The type of thing you would expect from a guy like fucking shitty Mark Meadows. Because this is the same dude that a number of years ago during the Obama administration said, we'll beat Obama and we'll send him back to Kenya or wherever he's from. So he was one of those guys.
Yeah.
A birther type.
He was a birther.
Yeah.
He doesn't like to admit it now, but he was most definitely a birther.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's in rebuttal of that, there was a spat between him and Representative Tlaib.
Yeah.
Yeah. And hot damn, man. His rebuttal was I'm so hurt and offended by this because my nieces and nephews are people of color.
Yeah.
So it's just did you just token out your fucking nieces and nephews?
Your own family?
Yeah, you tokened your own family, bro. What the fuck?
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Jesus.
And he got all emotional about it and involved the chairman, Representative Lewis, who's a black man, that, sir, you know that you and me go way back. I don't have any racist bones in my body.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, we know, Mr. Meadows, calm down, Racy.
Yeah, there's an R in front of your name for a reason there.
Yeah, I really should denote that. But that was a pretty interesting exchange, and I felt bad for the woman. Like, just kind of brought there as like, hey, say that he's not a racist. Just say that.
Yeah, just go out there and be like,
or just stand there.
Smile and nod.
Yeah, that's
Like,
basically what it was.
Congratulations, you're the token black woman.
Right.
I don't know. It's fucked up, but I don't know. The whole fucking this whole situation's fucked up. So I'm not surprised by it anymore.
Yeah. So a large majority of the time, yeah, I know you watched a pretty decent segment of the testimony. I did too. It was basically Republicans just railing on Cohen.
Oh yeah.
And completely attacking his credibility, calling him a liar because he's convicted. You know, he lied to Congress. That's a known fact.
Yeah. But that's what he's going to jail for.
Exactly. But this time he brought like hard evidence to Congress.
He brought receipts.
Yeah, he like covered his ass.
Well, I mean, this is the fucked up thing about the Republicans is they bash him so hardcore for like being a liar and a cheat, and it's like you're fucking untrustworthy, blah 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 blah. It's like, well, bro, last time he was here, he lied to you for the president.
Yeah, that's the big thing. I think you really hit it. It's like, but what was he lying about? Which should be your question, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like,
oh, about misdeeds of POTUS?
Yeah. So now that he's telling, like, you know, other things about the POTUS,
yeah,
he's a liar and can't be trusted?
Yeah. So I don't know which way you, like,
what?
Like, which way that coin lands. That, hey, you lied to us about bad things the president did, and he did them, and now we know that. And now you're here to tell us the truth about bad things that the president did, and we know them, most of them. And now you have proof, like receipts, checks from Trump, specifically to, you know, to cover the Stormy Daniels fucking hush money, to repay Michael Cohen for that he's claimed he didn't know about, or you'd have to ask Cohen about. He's always kind of shied away from that question.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, and now I really...
It's going to be hard to shy away from that now.
Oh, yeah. Well, they probably won't have another White House briefing till he does something else less crazy. or a little more crazy, but more relevant time mode, because we fucking are short attention span for what's going on.
Yeah, next week it'll be ancient history and nobody will remember it.
Yeah. No one will even know that Michael Cohen came to Capitol Hill and testified. What were the other revelations? So...
Oh, shit. So you got the Stormy Daniels checks, literally signed by him, Trump Jr., Weissenberg, and then a couple of them were actually from the Trump Foundation.
Yeah.
Let's see. You also have Trump ordered Cohen to threaten schools over his transcripts.
Yeah, prevent those from getting released ever.
Yeah.
Or basically threaten an endless amount of litigation, the way that he's kind of known for doing.
The standard rich guy thing.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And then you also have businesses, partners, and subcontractors that he's threatened.
Yeah, kind of tried to put them into a position where, hey, like, I'm not gonna fucking pay you. thanks for whatever it is you did. You did your half of whatever it was, whether it be, you know, architect mode or contract to get some building done. I'm just not gonna keep my end of that deal up. And if you bitch about it, like, I've got a team of Michael Cohen style crony lawyers that will tie you up so fucking deep in legal trouble that I can do this forever. So we'll go years if we have to, and you'll run out of money before I will. So it's in your best interest to just walk away and not receive whatever it is I thought was this deal would be worth to you, or that I agreed to pay you for said deal, or the transcripts of the schools. Like,
Yeah,
don't ever let those out. No one can know what grades I made at Fordham. No one can ever know that, ever.
Yeah.
And if you ever tell anyone, we're going to get my lawyers up your ass bad.
And it should be noted that that's exactly the same way that Harvey Weinstein did business when it comes to like sexual assault.
Yeah, those like bully tactics.
Litigated to hell if the bribery doesn't work. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that should be bothersome really to everyone.
Oh, yeah. You know, it should really bothersome to Trump is these Southern District of New York investigations. Because according to Cohen, there are a lot. Because he can't comment on a lot of shit that's being investigated.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of those questions where he's like, I'm sorry, sir, but like I cannot fucking comment on this because of the Southern District of New York is investigating this currently.
Yeah, it's like a current ongoing investigation. Yeah. You can't be divulging on CNN, like what the fuck's going on with it. Because there's going to be certain things that he's sort of unintentionally privy to because of the situation he's put himself in by lying to Congress and protecting the president, and then eventually going the other way like he did this week.
Yeah, I love his, like, to wrap up this first half of the main story, I love his warning. Like, yeah, I was doing everything that you were doing.
Yeah, kind of speaking to the GOP.
Yeah. Yeah, and look at me now. Just letting you know that, guys.
Yeah, you're doing exactly what I did for 10 years.
Yeah.
And you're putting yourself in a position where you're going to have to answer later for this.
And they will.
Yeah, eventually they will. If things go the way they should go, you know, like evil doesn't prevail.
Yeah. If this isn't, if the story so far is not a tragedy, then we'll be good.
Yeah, hopefully.
But that being said, let's talk about this very exotic Vietnamese nothing burger.
Yeah. We've used that term a couple of times in reference to the Mueller investigation, as people have speculated on that. But this was actually a no deal. Zero progress was made on either side of on the North Korea side of the house or the American interest side of the house. Like, nothing got done. Trump flew to Vietnam and spent a few days there, or 2 days, I think, for absolutely nothing. And it's another one of those instances, man, where it just so fucking hardcore hits home the incompetence factor. Like, you're not an expert deal maker. You're not going to talk down a fucking evil dictator that's always been an evil dictator into all of a sudden being a Macron of France or something like that. He's not just going to be that tomorrow because Trump went there.
Yeah, because you, gave him shopping malls? What?
Yeah. Are you fucking nuts?
He knows that he's going to be fucking pulled out of office fucking quicker than shit the moment that happens.
Right. So, one of the really big fucking takeaways from the Kim Jong-un Trump summit there in Vietnam was the Otto Warmbier.
Oh my god.
Comments.
That's fucked up.
That Trump made. Yeah. Super fucked up.
Yeah. It's just, shit makes me sad that, this is the third time that he's taken a literal dictator at his word.
Yeah, just well, he said he didn't do it. So the most recent time before this, well, Otto Warmbier, I guess, deserves a little bit of backstory here. That was detained in Korea, an American student detained in Korea, sentenced to hard labor, eventually...
Over stealing a propaganda poster.
Yeah, and sentenced to 10 or 15 years hard labor, and eventually sent back to the United States, but in a vegetative state.
Yeah.
And died very soon thereafter. So, super, super, super sad story.
Yeah.
Very rough ground to be fucking
He stole a poster off a fucking hotel wall and got tortured to death for it. Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
And so Kim Jong-un says, well, I didn't know anything about that. And Trump is taking this man at his word. The same guy who's, fired fucking anti-artillery guns at people within his own family. If people that have kind of went against the grain of the North Korean.
He poisoned his brother-in-law.
Yeah, he's
in a different country.
Fucking
he
evil.
Tricked women to think that it was some sort of game show or something like that, and they had to go and poison this dude or something like that. But and they put this stuff on their hands, and they walked up and they rubbed him, and then they went back to the bathroom and washed their hands.
Yeah,
oh no, it was a game show. Oh, he died. Oh fuck.
Exactly. And so this is the most recent time that Trump's sort of taken a guy like this's word.
Yeah, this is,
and
unfortunately, this is standard occurrence for him.
I know it's starting to become. It was already bothering the hell out of me, but this patterns is what's really driving me fucking nuts. So he did the same thing with Mohammed bin Salman, MBS in Saudi Arabia, when Khashoggi was chopped into fucking pieces.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't know. Sorry, he tells me he didn't know. What am I supposed to do? Okay, Trump got it. And the Putin line that he's always walked, that Putin can do wrong. I don't see why he would tamper with our elections. Oh, I meant to say wouldn't. My bad. When he's not around Putin, but when he's around Putin, no.
Oh no,
totally.
Trump's a great guy. I love him. Please don't kill me.
Yeah, and he's the same. He did the same type of tactic, like what you described with Kim Jong-un and the poisoning thing with a British citizen.
Yeah, and they like to use radiation instead of arsenic, though.
Yeah.
So.
But just the worst, literal evil dictators.
Yeah.
Adversaries of free speech and everything that the United States values.
The free world.
Right.
Adversaries of the free world. He's like, yeah, no, they're not bad guys.
He told me he didn't do it.
Yeah, he said he didn't do it, so I'm going to have to believe him. You know why? Because he's rich.
Yeah. Fucking God, it's so infuriating because...
Ugh. It makes me sick, man. It makes me super sick.
Yeah.
That being said, I need a cure. You know what that cure is?
I think I do.
It's happy science time.
A little happy science time. I'm ready.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well, we're actually out of the woods.
Yeah, we are out of the woods and we are in the golden forest of science.
Yeah. Our favorite place to be.
Our golden fields of science.
Yeah. A really, really nice place to be.
Yeah.
It's
wonderful.
Yeah. Talk about things that give us hope. So what do we got first up on the agenda for Happy Science Time this week?
Well, SpaceX has made history as the first private industry rocket to do a crew test demo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Working their way towards manned spaceflight mode.
Mm-hmm.
Slowly but surely.
So America's going to get back into space, and it's going to be on a private rocket.
Right?
How crazy is that?
Yeah, well, since the GOP has pretty much destroyed the NASA budget.
It's really not that crazy.
Yeah. You kind of have to have a guy like Elon Musk sort of take the reins and decide that he's going to...
Hooray GOP for making a job market, I guess.
Hey, maybe Musk doesn't get as far as he gets or as fast to where he's going without the GOP taking all this money away from NASA and giving it to something that's not, valuable or going to do any good.
Oil subsidies.
Right.
But it should be noted that this is the last test they needed from NASA, and it was a full-on success. And they've still got to do the docking for 3 days or whatever.
Right.
But the launch was perfect. It landed perfect. Everything in between, excuse me, was was perfect as well. So, at this point in time, like, they're golden. But they're going to go a step further. And they're actually going to, they're going to test a rocket for a rocket abort mission.
Yeah. Yeah, this one's super cool. So it's kind of, from what I take from it, sort of planning for the absolute worst case scenario when you do have people on board. When, like, human lives are at risk. Because, let's face it, like, space travel is not a fucking Uber ride. This shit's dangerous as hell, no matter how you look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so many things that could go wrong, and everything needs to go perfectly.
Yeah, so, like, basically what they're going to do is they're going to, like, fly the rocket until it reaches max Q. Which max Q is when, like, the maximum amount of dynamic force is happening on the rocket itself.
Right.
Like, the air resistance and everything that's going on, it's just, like, that's the most stress that it's having. And that's when they're going to test the escape.
Yeah, kind of
For the Dragon module.
Yeah, kind of shoot the capsule out.
They know the rocket's gonna fucking, like, die, so it's just like, alright, shoot the rocket off. And then, like, you know, the rocket, you know, crumbles or whatever. So, that's the test, and I'm excited for it, man. Because that means, like, they're, like, at this point, like, triple tested.
Yeah,
they're good to go.
And the way things are going for SpaceX lately, like, you followed them for a long time, and you kind of got me on the SpaceX and the Elon Musk train a little bit a long time ago, and we can remember a time not that long ago that was, you know, rockets were blowing up, or they were falling over on the launch pad, or or aborting, and, like, nothing could seem to fucking work out right for SpaceX. But now they seem to be getting this really nailed down with, like, what's the best practice. And you mentioned it, that they're going a step further than what NASA would require.
Oh, yeah.
To send people up tomorrow.
But the next test is not necessary for NASA.
Yeah,
it's just what they're gonna do.
Yeah, they want to make damn sure that when you put people on this thing, if something were to go wrong, then it'll be, you know, you're gonna lose a rocket. We'll be okay.
Yeah, and
the
frankly,
people will get jettisoned off and survive somewhere.
Exactly.
So that's pretty cool.
So, up next, well, we'll go ahead and talk about this. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, this one, man, I fucking, my jaw dropped when I saw this about middle of the week. That the long promised affordable electric car, the Model 3, Tesla's you know, sort of family sedan mode, is where he always promised it would be in terms of affordability, right around the $35,000 mark that he's been aiming for a long time.
It's $35,000 out the door, and then your savings will actually bring you down. Like, I think it's like $3,000 and some change.
Yeah, you get a.
So you're looking at a $20,000 range car, if you can wait for your insurance next year.
Yeah.
You know, or not insurance, your tax refund.
Yeah, you
next year.
Get the tax credit to kind of sort of offset the cost to make that a thing for you, and then, not for me, that I don't even care, dude. $35K, bring it down to whatever, 31, 32, 30. You're not buying gas.
Yeah.
You pass every gas station you've ever seen in your life forever, and never even think about, do I need to stop there for gas?
Yeah, that's kind of a problem too, because all of a sudden, instead of gas, you're looking for superchargers if you're out and about for all day, every day.
Yeah, I guess if you're like a high frequency or long distance driver, it could become an issue. But for the average run of the mill, you know, you or me, to and from work and maybe a jet around town here and there.
Oh yeah, the 210 miles, that's like...
Oh, that'd get me for at least 3 or 4 days.
That's like a week and a half.
Yeah, that'd get me at least, on a very busy week, at least 3 or 4 days.
Yeah.
And I'd be just fine.
Oh yeah, that's bare minimum, like if I had to do other chores, a week.
Yeah.
A week.
Which is pretty awesome. You think 210 miles, and we're talking about like the base, cheapest model Tesla you can buy that will get you, $31,000. You're done. You've paid for your Tesla. You're good. But you can spend a little bit more money, and we went on the website. We priced them out. We looked.
Yeah, we tweaked the fuck out of our cars.
Yeah, kind of our prospective Teslas that we may or may not own sometime, hopefully soon. But it kind of flirted around with the sub 40K range to get a really good Tesla with a little bit more extended range.
Well, bare minimum, right now, I'm just gonna throw it out there. If you get the standard range, you can get the $3,000 autopilot package, which lets you do stuff on highways. It will overtake cars and do all that jazz and just do your standard thing. You can get that anywhere on any car right now.
Yeah.
If you buy a 2019 model.
Yeah, most of them have a lane assist,
especially
or
for
an auto
35.
A lane assist, auto brake type navigation.
38 at that point in time.
Right.
You spend another extra $5,000, and that's when you start getting in the good shit. And some of it's already here. So you've got the summon portion, the auto park, and then coming later this year, they're gonna have driving in city.
Yeah.
So that means point A to point B, bro.
Yeah, hands off. It'll see the pedestrians. It'll see the other cars.
I will get in my car, and I tell it to go to work, and it reverses and just drives to work for me.
Exactly.
I don't even really have to be awake except for to keep my hands on the steering wheel because, obviously you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
Right now, we still have those steering wheels, and we're going to be I don't trust you.
Yeah.
But eventually, dude, there's not going to be
it's going to be a thing where, sleeping in is going to be sleeping in your car on the way to work.
Yeah. Sleeping in is going to have a new definition for sure.
Catching an extra 20, 30 minutes on your way to the job, and it's not illegal because the technology is so good. And that big update you're talking about with the city driving, I think is coming this summer for the Model 3 to be expected.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I ain't going to lie, dude. My goal is to get the Model 3 before the end of the $3,000 credit union.
Yeah.
Unit deduction.
Right.
So I'm trying to get it before June. I hope I make it.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
You gonna let me ride shotgun?
Oh, no.
No?
You're riding in back, son.
Back seat?
Back seat.
Dude.
I gotta say, you gotta be in the back seat.
What if we ride to a good taco truck to pay off my taco debt? Then can I have shotgun?
You can ride shotgun if you're taking me there to buy the taco truck.
Let's wait till after the update, and we'll just tell the Tesla to take us there and sit back and bullshit about the week's upcoming podcast.
That sounds good. I like that.
Okay.
I think we'll have to do that from now on.
Yeah.
Go get tacos and also talk about the podcast. I like your plan.
Nice
I like your style there.
Well, especially if you've got a Tesla, then it'll be like a weekly thing.
I think we're on a tangent at this point in time, and I think we need to wrap this up. So let's hit our last thing. Why don't you go ahead and tell us about this?
Yeah, man. You showed me this one. It's super interesting, though. So, it's called the Deep Time Earth Initiative, and it's basically like from what I took from the article that we read, was like a geological survey globally to determine, everything about the subterranean, what is Earth and what it's going to be, or what it was a very long time ago, or what it will be a very long time from now.
Oh, potentially what it will be.
Yeah. Using the best large subsets of data that it can gather, because it's going to be a global thing.
It's called the Deep Time Earth Initiative.
Yep.
So, I don't know the acronym. DTI?
DTA? DTI?
DTA?
And when does it, that's probably why it wasn't formatted that way.
Same way. DTEI.
They should have said Deep Earth Time Initiative. DETI.
Daddy would have been better. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Maybe the acronym department at the geological.
They need
Whoever.
they need more funding.
Yeah, they just didn't have a guy on the spot for that.
But either way, this is a Google Maps for geologists.
Yeah.
And this can mean huge things for, just everyday normal people. Because, like, all of a sudden, like, when you have, like, a spread of geological data that's no longer there, or that wasn't there before, you can upload it into, like, an algorithmic machine and be able to better make predictions on what your soil is going to be.
Yeah.
Or what your, like, what the environment is going to be. I mean...
Yeah, like well into the future.
Super.
50, 100, 200, 300 years
like
from
this,
now.
This factors into big data, like, super, super hard.
Yeah.
So it's super cool, man. And I think we'll probably be talking about it once it
I'm sure...
fully implements,
Yeah, once they start getting everything plugged in and all the data's flowing fully... This is one of those huge implication type things that we get to with Happy Science Time that is going to be amazing. And for me, dude, I thought, like, awesome, man. Geologists. If you don't get enough credit.
They don't.
Right?
They really
How often
don't.
do you hear about, like, a geologist or a geology department?
No. I mean, fuck, man. We talk about fucking space.
That's 90% of our
Every
science.
single time that we get on here, we're just like, space!
Yeah.
Meanwhile, poor geologists are over here fucking, like, clicking
No,
on rocks. Like,
Earth.
no, you guys don't understand. Like, this rock is super cool. And it is. It's always super cool. It's just, like, we're too obsessed with, like, fucking other things.
Yeah, well, we got fucking physicists slamming particles together at CERN and
Or stuff like that, yeah.
astronomers looking out and finding out these
All
crazy,
sorts of
insane
flashy things, yeah.
Yeah, so geology doesn't really take the center spotlight often enough, and I was happy to see them kind of get a win scientifically here.
Yeah. You go, geology.
Right? Happy for you guys. All you geologists out there.
I think that wraps it up.
Yeah, that's about it for the week. I am Backyard Bull T on Twitter.
And you can reach me at Backyard Bull J on Twitter. I don't do the butthole pics, but buddy here, T, just might do it.
Am not doing them now, but am not opposed to doing them in the future. Maybe.
I'm just saying. Somebody out there will probably pay $20 for one. Like,
maybe,
last one you gave away for free.
Maybe now I'll finally get a direct message regarding the podcast, even if it is just for a butthole pic. Like, man, I guess.
Hey, a response is a response. If that's what we need to do,
It means that
I'm willing
someone
to
heard this.
sacrifice your butthole dignity.
Now that's taking the high road right there.
Yeah, I know. I'm a good guy. All right, man. I think we're done here.
I think we are, man. Look forward to bulling with you next week.
Indeed. Have a good night.
You too, man.